over the patches, and hopefully things are going to be A-okay. As of yet, the drafts has been set from both sides. Team LUNTIX looking to bring in the Irrital once again and make it count, while Orange Esports is going to be trying to fight against the Farmers with the Dinky composition. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading in towards the land of dawn, and this is going to be game number 2 between both Team LUNTIX versus Orange Esports.
All right, the fans are ready here. Team LUNTIX on the blue side and Orange Esports on the red. Let's see, is this going to be a 2-0 for Team LUNTIX, or is this going to be a comeback for Orange Esports?
Well, they're known as the kings of reverse sweep comebacks for now, until this match says otherwise. But based on the composition coming from Team LUNTIX, I feel like it's very, very hard to do. And on top of how things went from game number 1 in terms of communication, I don't know. Maybe it might work, it might not work. But interesting enough, Subway going for the green gold jungle emblem rather than the Demon Slayer.
Yeah, okay, I think that's fine if you want to go for Veteran Hunter. I think Subway has been one of the few who has been utilizing Veteran Hunter. He wants to get a little bit more cash off of each buy, although I do think that Mystery Shop is still good. Enhanced Sword's already coming out. Yumichi is stuck with the time journey, but he uses the Shunpo to get out of it just in time. He's taking a lot of damage here. Can Subway fight it? Yes, he does! That's going to be first blood falling into the hands of Orange Esports.
Well, that's a lot of zone control as well as AoE slows coming from Orange Esports, and that is exactly what they need in this kind of team fights. As long as Stormy gets that early retribution, early Ice Queen's one, it is going to help them a little bit more. And on top of it all, they've got triple sprints to try and outrun the Irrital later on. So I like it, but oh, wait a minute.
Wow, okay.
That's the Tamu skin?
Yeah.
Yo!
The brand new one, General Kai. Look at it!
Yo!
The animations look really, really sick here, but now an engagement coming on towards Subway side. Yumichi sees it, but doesn't have the way of the dragon just yet. This turtle spawns.
I want a Tamu skin right now.
Well, you know what? Exactly what you have to do. Now, back to this fight up turtle side. Do they want to actually contest for it? No. Orange Esports going to look to dive on Irithel down by bottom side. You can see that Stormy is on his way down there.
Yep. And as of yet, that's going to be the turtle secure from the side of Team LUNTIX. Orange Esports, they're just trading across the map, and you can see A making sure that Balance gets his safety farm all the way through. They get the full gold plating because of this Clint, and it is actually helping them out. And Irritel just completely being bullied out of the lane.
Well, for now, as the rest of Team LUNTIX look to respond here, Diggy's going to escort him back towards under the turret, and he needs the recall here. He needs the mana for the upcoming fight. But that does mean that Team LUNTIX have wasted a bit of time on this rotation. They do notice where Julian is, however, the position revealed.
Orange Esports, they've got to play this safely, but Stormy is in position for the real-world manipulation if they try and make an attempt right here, right now. Meanwhile, Orange Esports, they are going to be playing a little bit safe, making sure that Valence gets his farm, but at the same time, he is losing out in terms of XP. But before that, let's take a look at the emblems real quick. Nothing out of the ordinary except for the Julian. Neo chunking away the gold platings up top, and Goldie Luke is going to be potentially losing his lane right now. Even though he's got a level ahead.
I don't think he minds. It is supposed to be a losing lane for, unfortunately, for the Phoveus. No matter what he does, he is item dependent. And Neo, he can bully him out of lane for as long as he wants. And Goldilocks is making sure that he is just focusing on that farm, buying that extra bit of time, taking these extremely small trades without putting him in danger. However, bottom side looks like a huge engagement. Yumichi gets the kick onto Wards. Valence manages to get out just in time. The call altar has popped in time, but no, Yumichi is still going. Oh, Shunpo! He gets on out of there. No! He finally dies to the Void Blast. Emal is able to puncture on out of there. Ring comes back with a Shadow Stampede, pulls back Stormy to try and get the kill, but they can't seem to finish it off.
Oh, that is going to be the biggest patient game all the way through, because now Subway, they want a little bit more from side of Orange Esports, but at the same time, you have to give props for Stormy, because he was sitting in that bush down towards the tier 1 down bottom for the longest of time, and none of the members from Team LUNTIX knew he was there, and as soon as they went in for the dive, it was the perfect real-world manipulation stab catch to just punish everyone. So that was a huge, huge win for Orange Esports.
Let's see if they can continue this with the upcoming turtle fight for Team LUNTIX. LUNTIX, Orange Esports might try this again. Subway is walking up here. Yamichi might be looking for a kick. He's baiting it out. He does kick him over the wall, ensuring, but he supposed to cancel it just in time with the time journey. And that's going to be Lancelot picking it up. They're going to walk away. Another turtle falling into the hands of the LUNTIX.
Yep. And as of yet, Orange Esports, they are going to be going for the split push as of yet. But LUNTIX just taking objectives very, very nicely across the map. But I must say, Gideon, you know, I can't... I'm just stargaze at the Tamo skin all the way through because it looks really, really good. But bottom side, Cold Altar has been used, and now with the time journey, Orange Esports, they have to bail now. Yamichi still has the temporary health. They will lose the Diggy, and that is going to be the disengage from Orange Esports.
Well, all in all, just losing the Diggy is not that big of a deal. And Diggy now on 10-second cooldown, 10-second respawn timer is going to just fight for information. It looks like they recalled and are willing to sacrifice bot tier 1.
Yep, and wow. Team LUNTIX also checking the bush. They've learned their lesson from the previous round against Stormy, and this time they will not make the same mistake again. So they will at least check it, but at the same time, Orange Esports on the top side, they're trying to make something work with the Julian setup, but every single time they're just going not as a team, whereas Team LUNTIX, they're just grouping up as 4. And it's so very difficult to get those purple buff steals. And oh no, Amao, he stole the purple buff. The setup comes in, Subway, they want to finish him off, but the crit coming in from Valence is going to be enough to take him out.
Yep, they're going to be on the chase now. Orange Esports want to press their advantage. The tier 2, the minions are crashing in. Yamichi is getting really low here, but no mid lane minions. Goldilocks trying to rotate, has to take this fight against Neo, but Neo refuses to back down. He's going around, sees Mint, and now he might be in a little bit of trouble. Pops the Vengeance. They want to go for more in the middle of the fight. Aim forced to use his ultimate as the Call Altar comes on through. Goldilocks, despite being a distraction, allowed the rest of his team to engage.
Yeah, that's going to be Valence being picked off. That is huge from the side of Team LUNTIX. They've lost Amao in the earlier fight, but this is going to give a little bit more farm towards Min. If you think about it, he's 0-0-2 on this Irritel, and eventually he is going to scale harder than Valence. So that's a big W from the side of Team LUNTIX with that trade-off. Subway now looking for the steals. He's trying to get it for the catch, but he messed up the combo, and that is not going to help him more. Meanwhile, Neo is just completely dumpstering Goldie Luke on the top side.
Yeah, this is looking like it's not really getting or progressing too far ahead. The turtles are now down, so that means that Lord is going to be the next objective, spawning in about 105 seconds. Yamichi, oh, he face checks it, and that's going to be the enhanced sword as well as chains, but Yamichi still alive, is able to tank the damage for now, as the rest of Orange Esports just join up in the mid lane.
Well, there's not really a lot of objectives, but Orange Esports, you can see they want to focus on the mid turret to set up for the bottom side roar, and Orange Esports, they're grouped up as 5, but they don't want to take a risk to take a fight against the Cult Altar coming from Rain.
Rain, I think as of right now, they have to be careful, right? Because Rain, he's going to slowly scale. It's going to take a lot of time, but that Cult Altar is such a powerful resource. So if they want, Team LUNTIX, they need to be able to start focusing on these objectives. They had all the turtles, right? So therefore, they need to translate it. But bottom side is unkept of, and they are willing to sacrifice it for a top tier 2.
This is very, very difficult for Orange Esports if they do not make some sort of play, because eventually they need more items up on Valence. And now Neo, he finds an opportunity, but here comes the kick. They get the kill on towards the Cho, and that is huge. Because now with the Chaos Altar, they want to re-engage, but the Real Illumination drops from starting at the edge of the wall, and they can't reach him, and they're taking too much damage. And Team LUNTIX, they have to back off. Goldie Lo left all by himself. He wants to finish Subway, but Subway was waiting for him with the enhanced chain and catches him off at the turret 1.
Orange Esports, they bounce back once again, but based off of game 1, we can't hold our breath. The LUNTIX might just turn this on their heads once more. Let's look at the damage dealt ranking so far with AIM as well as Valence doing a phenomenal job so far. But here comes Imao jumping in the middle of it. Perfect execution, forcing out the time journey as Neo will be able to slay Imao. Yamichi, though, finds Clint and now on the run. Rain wants to get us in on some of this action, but it's too risky. He can't put himself at risk.
No way.
Yep, Yamichi is going to take his time. He ends up dying. A killing spree for Stormy.
Yeah, he tried his best to buy a little more time, but unfortunately, there's only so much he could have done. But at the same time here, LUNTIX seems like they are disrespecting the composition a little bit more, and Orange Esports is able to find pickoffs after pickoffs, isolating the fights separately because of the composition. And at the same time, I like the DG time reversal, just because of how it kind of messes up someone's momentum right in the middle of the team fight.
Yeah, especially when you're thinking about buffering your combo in, and then you get sucked backwards, then you're out of position, you have to re-aim it. It becomes very, very annoying to deal with. However, I will say that Goldilocks, he needs a little bit more time so that he can actually scale and be relevant in this game. There's a lot of dashes that he can abuse, but I don't know how long he can just sit in the lane for one day.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And on top of it all, the Phoveus Demonic Force, they don't exactly have a lot of people they can trigger besides the Clint as well as the Julian. But Rain, taking a little bit too much damage coming from Stormy means that they are gonna have to back off and concede the Lord as of yet, as Orange Esports looking to tie the series if they can, but balance with a Blade of Despair pickup. So that is going to be a lot of damage, and you can see the crits coming in.
No!
Look.
He's so low. He's so very low, but now the Call Altar has already been popped as they try to run them down. Orange Esports disengage from this particular fight. Min can't do much about it, and Yamichi is just hovering over as Orange Esports slowly take control over the Lord Pit. Neo does not care. He is unafraid for the damage ahead of him.
Agreed. On top of it all, the Blade of Despair proccing the HP on Goldilocks. That was just unfortunate timing for him. I'm not gonna lie, but Neo is gonna be isolated from the rest of the team. He's doing a fantastic job as the Tam was trying to zone him out. Goldilocks now trying to force the issue. The Lord is down to his final percentage, but how are they gonna do? Because Rain in the back lines all by himself means there is no call out from the side of Team LUNTIX, but at the same time, the damage has been done. They have to back off, and Min is just running them all down. Real Elimination finally catches him all by himself, and that's going to be Team LUNTIX losing him in the process. Likewise, coming in from Yamichi.
2 for 1 in favor of Orange Esports. So far, so good. 4-10 is the score, and I think Orange Esports, they fixed their issue. Just now, they weren't playing like a team. Now they're feeling much better about themselves as Neo jumps right on top of Goldilocks. He is not scared as he pops his own all. Rain, however, forcing out the Shadow Stampede. He knows for a fact that Neo is in a position where he does not care. He cannot dish out enough damage to really threaten his life.
Well, Neo is just so tanky on the Thamos, and that's the beauty about the Thamos, right? It is still a very, very viable Michiu, and it just does a lot of sustainabilities. And from the side of Team LUNTIX, and we talked about how DPS is a way to go to deal with a composition that counters anti-burst, right? Faramis, they're great against anti-burst, but against the Thamos, it doesn't really matter. Time Journey catches Yamichi off guard! And that is going to be the mistakes being made from side Team LUNTIX now with a Demonic Force from Goldilocks. He's taking a little bit too much damage. He's diving beating tier 1s, but I don't think he can actually do too much. He's trying his best to do a little bit more damage, but he will eventually die to the crits of Valence. And the fight is pretty much over. Email is down a little bit too low, and Im trying to go for the catch, unfortunately, is not going to be able to get the time reversal on him.
Well, but looks like those buffs are his, and Orange Esports looking mighty fine right now as they push up to 12 kills to 4. And unfortunately for Yamichi, same thing since game 1 is happening. He's getting caught over and over and over again.
Yep, and Orange Esports, they found a way to deal with the Faramis composition, just like how Team LUNTIX was able to deal with them this time. And finally, we would see maybe Faramis, taking a lose in terms of win rate for today. But all in all, it's still too early to call quits yet.
Yeah, way too early. Now, looking back at the item list so far, let's see where we're currently at. It's 3 items for Irithel, 2 items for Phoveus, 3.5 items coming in from Lancelot. And on the opposite end, I mean, Orange Esports with 3.5k gold lead are already picking up their third complete items.
Now, from the side of Stormy, I'm a little bit curious here. What's going to be the next item pickup? Is it going to be a Durance, or is it going to be a Glowing Wand, a Genius Wand? I think it's going to be a Genius Wand, right?
For Stormy?
Yeah.
He already has a Genius... wait, no, sorry. He already has the Ice Queen's Wand. A Genius Wand now? Bit of a hard read, bit of a hard call.
Survivability for who? For the Diggy to do a little bit more damage, I guess?
I suppose, it's hard to say. It really is hard to say, but they find another catch here in Yamichi. He's unable to get out just in time. Even the Call Altar wasn't able to save him. It was too quick, too fast, too furious.
Yeah. And now with the Lord pushing in, this might be over. Rain is still holding on to the Cult Altar. They need to go in for the dive. Goldilocks will go in for the dive, but instantly gets popped up by the Clint, and they completely chunk their way through. Now, finally, they get Mint in the process, and Orange Esports, they're looking to clean house, and they will do exactly just that. The Kings of Reverse Sweeps, they're doing it again. They tied the series, and we're heading into game number 3.
Much cleaner game coming out from Orange Esports as they